Now let's begin the conversation. Now, when genuine remorse is shown, punishment can sometimes give way to compassion. This is a balance the federal government struck in the two recent cases of aviation misconduct in Nigeria. The federal government has dropped criminal charges against the Ibom air passenger Comfort Emmanson involved in the 10th of August unruly conduct at the Murtala Muhammed International Airport, Lagos. Following the development, an Ikeja Magistrate Court sitting in Ogba, Lagos, has struck out criminal charges against Comfort. The presiding magistrate, Olanrewaju Salami, struck out the 5-count charge against Comfort and discharged her after the police formally withdrew the case. Now, the police prosecutor, Oluwabunmi Adeitan, said the decision to withdraw the charges unconditionally was made by the Commissioner of Police. Additionally, the government reduced the 6-month flight ban on Fuji Star Kwam-1 to 1 month, while considerations are being given by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to engage the musician as an ambassador for airport security protocols. Now let's hear from the defense.
The case has been officially withdrawn before the magistrate, and then Comfort has been discharged. So that was what transpired today. The prosecutor came, brought an application for withdrawal from the Commissioner of Police, Ikeja, and presented it to the magistrate. And then our application was that we had no objection, so that's officially all for the case for now. Since a viral speech has been issued by the Federal Ministry of Aviation or by the Federal Minister of Aviation, my learned senior Festus Kiyamo, so I think the matter should be laid to rest. So it's an unconditional withdrawal. So, and then Comfort has been discharged.
Okay. Yes, Adewale Adeoye, we heard news earlier today that the court has dropped charges against Miss Comfort. But talk to me, looking at all of this, said it's an unconditional withdrawal. But what were the reasons, okay, according to you, what were the reasons given by the court, you know, for dropping the charges against Miss Comfort?
You see, in this country, we treat very serious issues, you know, in a very light manner.
Oh, really?
You know. You see, this whole scene, the behavior of, you know, that woman and then the other gentleman, you know, symptoms of indiscipline, which is an affliction of many Nigerians. Indiscipline is responsible for corruption. It's responsible for bad leadership. It's responsible for chaos and disorder that you have in many countries. This indiscipline is partly responsible for the resistance of people against Nigerians in Ghana, in South Africa, everywhere. Because what we do here, we think that we can do the same thing in other countries where there's law and order. And when you get to those countries, you now discover that, look, they don't tolerate what we can just do and get away with here. Any country that really wants to compete in the global scene, that wants to be recognized as, you know, a democratic country, there should be the rule of law. That means if the son of a carpenter commits a crime and the son of a minister commits the same crime,
the law should apply to the two of them.
If there is favoritism, you cannot have order in any society.
Okay.
And then every country should have sanctions for bad behavior,
okay,
and reward for good conduct. The absence of these elements, you know, have been greatly responsible for the kind of situation we have in our country.
If I get you right, are you disappointed that the court, the federal government, are dropping criminal charges against her?
For me, I watched the behavior of that lady, and I've dealt with, I've encountered Ibom, Ibom Airline.
Yes.
Even though you have problem of indiscipline with a lot of crew members and all that, I think Ibom Airline is one of the best in this country in terms of their crew members, their conduct, the way they, yes,
really,
fantastic people. I've had more than 5, 6, 7 times. Sometimes in a year I can use. In fact, people rush to be on the Ibom because they are very efficient, very very cool-headed.
Okay.
So the baby of this girl, for me, and the other man, there should have been some form of sanction.
Sanctions.
To serve as a precedent. To just say, okay, we have overlooked the whole thing. Okay. I don't think it's a good thing for the future of people that are watching all over the world.
Are you towing the same line?
Well, I want to toe the same line, you know, because we are now looking at how the international community will be looking at Nigeria, you know, in terms of things like this. Because just put yourself in the shoes of a white man and something like that happen. Or put yourself as a security expert. Perhaps if one of them would have been a terrorist, are we going to be talking about this? Remember what happened to a guy that, you know, wore bomb.
Yeah, with a lab.
Back then.
Yeah.
Did the American government say, oh, because the father is a rich man, so they should, you know, free him?
No.
The guy is still in jail. So sometimes we must always realize that whatever we do in our country, people outside are watching. I'm not saying what the federal government, you know, what the federal government actually did. Let me use, in fact, what Keyamo actually did is just to say, okay, let's douse the tension. You know, but in dousing the tension, there are so many questions that needs to be answered.
So you think the dousing of the tension, you know, dropping these charges, it would affect the morale of airline staff who deal with difficult passengers?
No, because right now, he has said, okay, they will go for training, retraining, retreat, and all that. That is another thing. Okay. That one is another thing entirely. Because if I tell you the experience that most of us used to have when we travel, you know, compared to what we see, you know, outside, is a different ball game. But for me, I feel that I would have expected that investigation should have been carried out on why that girl actually behaved that way. Because there are some people who are saying
before sanctions were made.
Yes, there were some things that happened before she behaved that way. You understand? So that if there were sanctions that should be made, we carry out those sanctions and those people, you know, be prosecuted or sanctioned.
Absolutely.
You understand? And then two, the airline was quick to have said, the airline, the aviation operators were quick to have said, oh, she's banned everything without investigation. You know, so these are some of the things that we could have even gotten to because that is where even countries outside will know that, okay, these people, they understand the rule of law.
Now let's look at the other side of it. The matter involving Kwam.
Yeah.
Okay. Some Nigerians kind of find it very shocking. Okay, he's no-fly. They've reduced his no-fly ban from 6 months
even gave him ambassadorial
to 1 month, and they are set to engage him, you know, as aviation security ambassador. Talk to me. Were you? Does this come to you as a surprise?
It didn't come to me as a surprise.
When they reduced it to 1 month.
Yeah, because I know that in Nigeria there is what we call big manism, which you cannot do and get away. It does not exist in this pattern in other countries. That you see a lot of people driving on the highway, you know, in our cities. You see people taking, you know, one way. You know, either they are senators, either they are, you know, big men, you know, with policemen and all that. So we are a very unruly society, and our leaders are not making conscious effort to set good examples. Because with what has happened, somebody obstructed, you know, airline. And then what we have expected was, if you do this in US, you will get a fine of about $37,000. In China, about you know, $8,700. You'll be fine. In fact, immediately you'll be arrested. In some countries, there are mobile courts. They will try you there, terrorism. You know, and put you, you know, and put you in jail. Because
okay, just hold that thought. We have Abu Michael calling in from Abuja. Abu Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Journalist Hangout.
Good evening.
I'm glad I'm a first-time caller.
Good.
And I must really commend everyone. You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Concerning the lady, Emmanson, whatsoever.
Comfort.
I've been able to do my own findings, my own little findings watching the video and everything. Our reaction was totally out of it. It shows she's not properly brought up, and that is not good. That is not good as a Nigerian youth. So for the charges to have been withdrawn against her and against the renowned musician, I feel or I think it is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely wrong because others too are watching, and they also are going to misbehave when time comes. So, and when they misbehave, how will the federal government be able to prosecute them? Will they point back at Kwamwan and the other lady that so people also did the same thing? What did you do?
Okay. All right,
so
then.
I feel it is wrong.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, if I actually got you right, you're saying there's one law for the elite, one for the ordinary Nigerian.
Which is not good.
Which is wrong.
Which is not good for our country. You know, these are the things that, you know, promotes anarchy. Because when you don't have trust in the government, you don't have trust in security institutions, you believe that they cannot guarantee your right, then you take law into your hands. Now, somebody misbehaves at the airport, and then the next thing that becomes an ambassador of what? Is it to be an ambassador of bad behavior or what? So, you know, there are certain decisions.
Security ambassador, you know.
On what basis? So, it's you know.
He said on what basis?
On what basis? That's what I don't understand. Because, you see, a lot of people are watching us, and they will be laughing. You see, are you saying that because this person is a musician? It's not the first musician.
Okay, because of
we have
that.
people like Sonny Ade, we have Celestine, who are great men, who also passed through the airport at one point or the other. So what will make you to go and stand before, you know, an airplane, and then the next thing is that no sanctions, and then you become an ambassador?
Okay, talking about that. Now, in order to avoid a repeat of incidents, you know, just like this, what measure do you think the NCAA should put in place, you know, to prevent incidents like this in future?
I think first it has to be for those who are flying.
Okay.
We must respect, you know, the cabin crew members. Anything they are saying we should do, especially when they say switch off your phone, because sometimes you enter the plane, the next thing they say switch off your, people will put you on flight mode. Switch off your phone. It's simple. When once you get to a certain altitude,
you can.
Then the pilot will be the one to say, okay, you can now start, you know, you switch on your phone and put it on flight mode and listen to any music because there's and
it's just for a few minutes.
1 hour.
The plane gets
5 minutes.
Yeah, a particular altitude. So I don't know. We need to also respect, you know, by the time you get into the plane, let's respect them. That is number one. Number two, sensitization on how sensitization both for the cabin crew members and also the security, because the way they handle the girl, you know, comfort wasn't good at all. Anybody that sees it outside, even me, I'll feel if it was.
But the people who manhandled comfort, with its security,
that is what I'm telling you.
Or with the Ibom Airlines,
whether
staff.
they are security, they are Ibom Airlines, there's a way you can, you know, tell somebody, please move away from where you are. Rather than manhandling her, handling her seriously, because she's a lady.
I apologize.
Dignity.
Yeah, exactly. We have Tony calling in from Kaduna. Tony, let's talk.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
You are doing a very good job.
Thank you.
People were saying something just now. Please, we should look at this critically. What prompted that lady to react the way she reacted?
Okay.
A video came out that turned the whole story around. Look at the way she was molested. The people in the Southwest, very good, very nice. But there is an option in the airport. It is either you turn off your phone or you put it on flight mode, which from eyewitness, they said she put it on flight mode. I am telling you the truth. If that thing will happen in Kano Airport or Kaduna Airport, I don't think those air hostesses would behave the way they behave to that lady, to the northern lady. But that is just by the way. I believe the federal government or the airline are trying to save their face by dropping all charges because of they have seen that some videos have come out that are not supposed to be in the public view. That is why they have to drop that case. And I just hope that we get things right.
Absolutely.
What is good for the goose should also be good for the gander, because it is like, as one of your analysts said, that is bigmarism. Because one person is big, nobody took him to police station, he wasn't arrested, nobody took him to court. But because of this lady is simple and single, she was taken straight to Kirikiri court.
All right,
I wish her the best.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you so much.
The thing is to keep this issue will not end, until I hope nobody we won't get to this point again.
A repeat of
But
this.
the thing is, something happened. I want to believe that something happened before she reacted that way.
Okay, something triggered her. Who triggered her?
Who triggered her? What triggered her? So if Ibom Air, because I am a proud Akwa Ibom.
Yeah, proudly. I know.
If somebody is a cabin crew member who have triggered that all this crisis, that person should be
fished out. And the other person who recorded, and the other person who recorded the lady, and
because if you notice,
distributed.
There was a time she also recorded when she wanted to leave the plane, and somebody blocked her.
Exactly.
Why? So there are so many questions. So I think Keyamo would have seen so many videos.
So now
his head would have been full. So he now said, okay, fine, for us to douse the tension, let us go this way. Everybody free. But the thing is, prosecution. I keep saying it. If we do not prosecute people for wrongdoing, we'll keep going in circles in the country.
Do you think the full investigation of this report should be made public?
I think so.
Exactly.
You see, Nigerians have been denied one basic thing, truth. And you cannot build a country on that, with that kind of framework. What actually happened?
Absolutely.
There should have been investigation, and then there will be public hearing. People will just a very, it couldn't even take more than 2 weeks.
If they do a public hearing, understanding what people will come out to say, you'll be amazed.
You'll be shocked. Because the truth of the matter also is that a lot of Nigerians are also shortchanged by some of these airlines.
Exactly.
They cancel your flight. Sometimes you are there a.m. in the night for a flight that's meant for 7 o'clock. No apology, no hotel for you. Some of these women are, married women with your children, little children at the airport. Sometimes they tell you...
Please just hold that thought, okay? We have Lawrence calling in from Otta. Lawrence, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, let's talk.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well done. Please, my take on the lady. You see, the lady, for me, she might have done something wrong. But professionally, the skills the cabin crew exhibited was unprofessional. You see, number one, the lady cannot fly. She can't fly out of the airport. There's a procedure, there's protocol. So there's a way they can handle the situation. Do you understand? So they have FAN, they have FAAN, they have aviation security. Do you understand? They have police. There are a lot of security agents or agencies at the airport. So why would they not handle the lady?
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, just land on your thoughts.
Yeah, so that we need to not just focus on the lady. We also look at the whole gamut of the airport security system, the psychology of the security. Like she was attacked by a mob. 2 people would have been able to handle her. She wasn't armed. Yes, no. And there are some equipment you could just use and she would be on the floor. And then you can handcuff her and then take her away. But you see a huge crowd, trying to even more or less, go there and then take her away and all that. So the airlines also need to improve in their customer relationship. For now, it's a very bad thing.
It's a bad one. But beautiful, beautiful submission from you gentlemen.